Welcome to the replay. Amanda just went to fix her lipstick, so you only get me for a couple of minutes. Hi, guys. You're not even here yet, but you might be watching later. So, hello in the future hello to the future from the past. There you go. Amanda's coming back, I swear. Meanwhile, I am going to make posts about the live stream so people will know what's happening. Just like this. Amanda, are you back?
Yes.
Yay.
I am back.
That's good, because there was no one here for me to talk to, not even people in the chat. Well, there probably are now. Nope.
It might be.
Still dead.
Okay.
But I posted because I had it queued up and ready to go. I was
Look
like
at
on top of things this week. I don't know why.
Occasionally that happens.
And I even cooked dinner before we started this. I made mashed potatoes for the first time in my life tonight.
Like real ones?
As opposed to what?
Out of the box?
No, not real ones. I literally mashed them by hand.
Okay, good. Because like if you were counting making instant, then I was going to be really sad. Like that's not an achievement. That's actually gross. Amongst
people
other things.
Are starting to be in the chat. Elvis is here. Josh is here. Even John is here.
Hi, guys.
John was asking in the Badass chat how E3 is for Jeff, and Jeff has not responded, I think because Jeff is busy with E3. So, John, please forgive him, but if you stick around or listen to this later, I think there's news about E3 in the news according to Jeff. So, you can get an update from him through me. And I'm sure he'll respond eventually.
Probably.
Apparently, Josh grew up on the potato flake mash. I didn't even know instant potatoes were a thing. I mean, I grew up with my grandma who, of course, cooked everything.
Right.
But I don't think that I knew instant mashed potatoes were a thing until I was in high school and I started learning about alternatives to TPing someone's house. You can mashed potato someone's yard. You don't know about this?
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I assume you just throw mashed potatoes in their yard.
Well, it's actually worse. You take the instant mashed potatoes and you don't do anything. And you take...
So just the flakes or whatever they are?
Yeah. So you take a couple boxes of those and you just sprinkle them in someone's yard. And if you do it right, they don't really know that it's there. And then next time it rains.
Right. Then they swell up.
Potato yard.
That's fun. No, I was unaware of that.
Yeah.
As a thing that you could do if you're feeling a little ornery.
Yeah. It's not a great it's not a great thing. I think TPing someone's house is actually easier to clean up. Although if you really want to be an asshole, you know about forking someone's yard.
Yes.
Which, there's that.
Yeah.
Alex here. Hello, Alec. Amanda, do you want to get GarageBand ready?
Okay.
And it's a new fancy GarageBand, in case any of you care, which you probably don't.
They probably don't.
Josh says, shocker, we discovered Blythe was a little shit when she was even littler. However, that's not true. I never did it. I just was told about it. We did TP a couple yards. Oh, we bageled someone's yard. Which that I think is hilarious.
What?
Well, like Panera Bread Company or Einstein Brothers, they throw out a lot of bagels at the end of the night. So you just go to one of their dumpsters, and there's usually like a full trash bag of bagels. So we did. We went and we got them, and we took them. This was a theater group, so we took them to one of the boys' yards, and we just threw bagels in his yard. Which that one's great because it doesn't actually like harm anything. People are just like, why are there bagels in my yard?
Yeah, I would be more confused than anything else.
Which, like, we weren't malicious kids, and it was all the theater kids, and so we were just trying to, like, basically be ornery and, you know, not actually trying to hurt each other. So I think the worst thing that happened from that, which, again, not bad, just hilarious, was, like, 2 weeks later, they went to let their dog out, and he came back in with a bagel, and they were like, where did you get it? Anyway.
That's funny.
Now I've made everyone want bagels. Sorry, guys. Okay. What is today? It is the 14th.
It's Flag Day.
Is it really?
Yep.
I did not know that.
I only know that because it's also my brother-in-law's birthday, and his birthday is on Flag Day. Ergo.
Right. 2 plus 2 is
my
A equals B and B equals C, then
so
A equals C.
Yep. Good job with your
Maths.
proofs.
Podcasts. Okay. Okay. If you are ready to start recording, actually, let me go get a beer first. Are you drinking tonight?
No. Does this count? It doesn't.
Well, that's why I was deciding if I was going to get a beer or my Snapple. I'll be right back. I'm going to get a Snapple.
Okay. But what flavor will it be?
We're supposed to on Sunday. Sean just said to me, wait, beer, do you guys not do drunk podcasts anymore? And I was like, tell me about it, dude.
We have been trying to schedule one.
Yeah.
And
we're too busy is the problem.
Yep.
So for those of you wondering, we're shooting to have one possibly Sunday, but I forgot we were supposed to do rehearsal so late on Sunday.
Yeah. So we can't do it after.
Can we see if everyone can shift rehearsal up? Like even just an hour.
I think it all depends on Jeff's schedule when he gets back.
He gets
into
back
town.
Saturday. He's fine.
Oh, does he? Oh.
I think he's just going based off the rehearsal schedule that we'd already set, which we planned a later rehearsal just so that we wouldn't like lose our entire Sunday night. Or we could do it before. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't think we should get drunk and then try to rehearse.
Well, if we got drunk, did a podcast, didn't drink while we were podcasting, we would be in rehearsal shape by the time it ended.
Maybe.
Probably.
But it's not fun if we're not drinking while we're podcasting.
Yeah, you're probably right.
The Watch Us Sober Up podcast just doesn't have the same ring to it. Yeah.
Sobering Pridecast.
Yeah. Where we're just sitting there going like, oh, I regret all my decisions.
Okay, well, we'll talk to the group about it and see what we can come up with.
Yep.
Or maybe do it another night. I don't have much plans this weekend. Anyway. So don't worry, guys. I know you are very concerned. You don't have to be.
They are. They all had their calendars open. They were ready to start scheduling stuff. No,
Holy crap, there's a whole lot of shit happening in the chat that I completely missed. You guys are real chatty tonight. Let's see. I made everyone want bagels. Sorry, guys.
You did.
Josh said he would have also cream cheesed their yard, and that seems more malicious to me.
Also expensive, because they don't throw that out. So
That's
you'd have
true.
to go buy that.
Yeah. We didn't want to put money into it.
And we cheap as fuck, so that probably wouldn't happen. At least I know I am. If I'm going to go do something like that, it's not going to be something expensive.
People are reciting the Grand Old Flag lyrics. Because it's Flag Day, I guess. I don't know.
I'm guessing that's what it's for.
Yeah, no, I just can't imagine someone being that into Flag Day.
They aren't. Nobody is.
All right, cool. Okay. Do you have your GarageBand ready to go?
Yep.
Okay, we were recording in 1, 2, 3. I think I mostly got that on time. Maybe a little early. That's a reminder to myself. You're welcome, Blythe in the future.
You're so thoughtful. Blythe in the present.
I try to be. God damn it, this thing's already gone.
Yeah,
okay.
You should have grabbed a drink that wasn't like
empty.
3/4 of the way
I
gone.
know, but I had to finish this. I couldn't get something new. It's just
you could have gotten
wasteful.
something new along with that.
That is probably true.
Yeah.
Thinking, guys,
See,
it's overrated.
Past Blythe is not very considerate. It's only present Blythe.
Well, turns out I made a pile of veggies today that I believe are now ruined. That face tells me they are in fact ruined.
What did you do? Did you do something and then forget about it?
Well, I didn't, but somebody did. You're going to cook those too. He said, I'll go buy some more. I cooked a huge pan of veggies tonight for dinner. And then Sean was like, hey, these Brussels sprouts could use a little bit more. Can I throw them back in? And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. But what he didn't do was set a timer, and that was like an hour ago.
Whoops.
Yeah. Sean, you are no longer allowed to put things in the oven without a timer.
Yeah, we've already made that rule.
Yeah, I don't, how does it keep happening? It happens a lot.
I'm guessing it keeps happening because he keeps forgetting to set a timer.
Yeah,
I
don't know how that happens.
If you don't do it right away, then it's forgotten completely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you left the oven on before that, so you just set it all in a bad motion.
Oh, sure. So it's my fault because I left the oven on before. Okay.
Shared fault.
It's my fault, guys. Oh, man. Those smell horrible. At least they're not smoking, which I'm actually surprised. Oh, my God. Seriously. Can you put those on the patio?
They're in the oven.
Apparently they're in the oven. Opening the oven long enough to see how bad it was.
Was enough to release their stench into the universe.
We released the Kraken stench.
Aw, that's unfortunate.
Okay, let me pull out my show notes and let's get this fucking thing started.
Okay.
Hang on a second. I also need to take off my socks and maybe my pants because once I get all the lights turned on, stop laughing at me. Once I get all the lights turned on, it gets really hot over here. Hey, everyone. Check out my awesome BioShock picture. And I just wanted you to see that. And for no other reason did I turn the camera way up. Not because I was taking off my pants.
That's our Blythe, classy as fuck.
Classy as fuck. I wish we'd already started the episode. That would be the title.
Yeah.
That's okay. Okay, I need to switch away from my script and my music, which is what I was on. Show notes. Okay, are you ready?
Yup.
Okay, quiet on the set. Hot set, hot set. Damn it, Sean. Okay, here we go. Hello and welcome to episode 51 of the Dork Pridecast. My name is Blythe, and on the other side of the webcam is my co-host, who I totally did not try to kick out of the group last week, Amanda. Say hi, Amanda.
Wait, what?
What? We make up one half of a nerdcore comedy group called the Damsels of Dorkington, whose main goal is to throw up deuces and to take off with a jetpack. Whee! Yeah, that's not a thing I did.
Okay. I totally believe you.
And if you listen to the first, 2 minutes of the podcast...
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. So it's fine.
There. Okay,
it's
cool.
fine, because I will never do that, so I just have to go with what you say.
You also get to miss out on the story of parking lot bread.
Yeah.
Not in the first
Apparently.
2 minutes, but...
I figured. That'd be a lot in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah. It was good. It was good fun. Everyone was into the saga of the parking lot bread, which I was not allowed to eat. Spoiler alert for anyone who did not listen to episode 50 yet.
Okay. Sorry.
That's what you get for not being here.
Yeah.
You get weird snippets. No full information.
Yeah, that's...
Because, Amanda, where were you last week?
I just didn't feel like doing the podcast.
Bullshit.
So I was eating free barbecue.
Listen.
At Coffin Stadium.
I mean, that's where I gave her the free pass, you guys. She told me after the podcast that she got free barbecue, and suddenly it changed the entire equation. I was like, oh, suddenly I'm into this. That's fine. Go to your sports ball game and eat your free food. I get it.
Yeah, it was free Jack Stack.
I mean, for the love of God, I wanted to eat fucking bread I found in the parking lot. So
Yeah.
I'm with you on the free stuff.
Yeah. So that was
Jack
really...
Stack.
Yeah.
Jack Stack is like one of the greatest Kansas City barbecues, period, full
Yes.
stop.
It was real good. And it was free. And it was... Yeah. Real good and free. I like those two things together.
Oh, that may be the title of this episode.
Real good and free?
And free. That does, in fact, describe the podcast.
Yes. We'll say that it does.
In my personal
'Cause-
opinion. In my personal,
Yep.
very biased opinion.
Mhm.
And not humble.
Nope.
Who won the game of bases ball?
I don't know. I didn't stay. Are you kidding? Baseball games are fucking long.
They are long.
And
they're
I didn't even,
relatively boring.
Yeah, and I didn't even care to look it up afterwards.
That's pretty
because
funny.
I was really just there for the food.
I went to a few Kansas City Royals games. I dated a guy that was a sports fan, as well as a nerd. Don't worry, guys. Like a decade ago, and so we went to a couple baseball games. That's when the Royals were doing really, really poorly. So you get tickets for cheaper than a movie.
So besides the last couple years, it could have been any time in the previous 3 decades, basically.
From the time I was born until yeah.
Yes.
Basically, yes. So, but the most fun we had at those games was making up shit to heckle the players with, and that was where I found my fun at those games, not the actual baseball playing.
Well, and they're clearly aware of how boring it is because there's so much going on that's not baseball. Between the innings, they've got all the shit because they have to,
like
time it for commercial breaks and whatever, and
yeah.
So
like the ketchup, mustard, and relish races.
Yeah.
That are crucial to those bases ball points.
Yep.
Well, we had fun without you, but we missed you. But
I'd like to say that I missed you, but I was eating free Jack Stack, so I didn't miss you that much.
You could do both. I could be eating delicious food and miss you simultaneously.
I mean, I could. I just wasn't.
I mean, I guess I appreciate your honesty, but also I mostly don't.
Also, you're a cunt.
Oh, goodness.
Is what you meant to say.
Yeah, I mean, you say potato.
I dropped the C word casually, apparently.
Cancer?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because I know you didn't mean cunt, because that's just a normal, everyday word.
Yeah. Duh.
Amanda.
Yes.
What's damsel related news we can get out of the way?
Oh, we should tell them about the thing that Rissy discovered the other day. So, yeah, there's no spoiler. This is in the description of the show. But so our shows for Gen Con, we have 3. One of them is our Endgame of Thrones show, is what it's called. In it mentioned that there may be some special author guests that, of course, we will be playing. Besides just George R.R. Martin, also Patrick Rothfuss and Brandon Sanderson will be there. Rissy, because she is a secret member of Brandon Sanderson's fan site, we know this. She can claim that she was just Googling things, but
she'll tell you it's not true. But when you hear this story,
but we know. I mean, yes, she was like, guys,
we may have a problem.
Right, on their fan site, because apparently Brandon Sanderson's going to be at Gen Con. She's like, on his fan site, they have a list of events where he will be at, and one of them is listed our show. Like, clearly the person who made this post just typed in his name into the Gen Con search and just copied and pasted all the links over. So that's fun. Haha.
To be fair, like, when she said that was what was going on, I was worried that it was like his fan site had listed us in his appearances.
Right.
But that wasn't the case.
Right. It was a post in the forum. So.
And the guy even said, like, if I had to guess, he's doing this, and these are the events he will probably be at. And
all of the other ones were like this, with guest Brandon Sanderson, or like autograph stuff or things about writing. And it's the link to our show. You click it, it comes up with the show description. And anybody who looked at that for 2 seconds would know that is not something where he will actually be at. No. So no, because I mean, if he wants to come, he's welcome, but
he's more than welcome.
I don't think we're his speed of entertainment. If I had to guess,
knowing what we know about Brandon Sanderson, you are correct, madam.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that he would not enjoy it all that much.
No. He might enjoy that we're poking fun at George and at Patrick. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, there's that.
Yeah. I thought it was very cute, though, that Rissy was, like, legitimately concerned that all of these rabid Brandon Sanderson fans were going to show up to our show and then be angry.
Yeah.
But yes, luckily I don't think that's going to be an issue. I did try to track down the guy on Twitter. He's not very active, and I just sent him a tweet that was like, hey, dude.
Just so you know.
Saw your post. He's not going to be at our show, so.
No.
So I don't know if he'll see it or not.
He will be in the form of me playing him.
Yeah.
So
if by Brandon Sanderson, you mean this other Mormon, ex-Mormon, who is like a female and not a author at all. He's Mormon,
I am a published writer, so
well,
technically,
there's
I'm
that.
kidding.
A little bit of a different genre.
Slightly.
Okay,
Yes.
He's slightly Mormon.
No, I'm pretty sure he's very Mormon.
Okay, I thought you were answering my question.
No, I'm pretty sure he's yeah.
Awesome. So
there you go.
That was fun. The Dork Pride Worldwide group on Facebook has been pretty active. People have been posting stuff. I posted a couple things that were fun, including I'm going to unleash this on everyone here as well. Sorry, guys. Someone posted a meme that pointed out that Alexander, as in Hamilton, has the same amount of syllables as Adam Sandler and sounds very similar as well. So anytime anyone says Alexander in Hamilton,
you can replace it with Adam Sandler.
Actually, yeah, substitute in Adam Sandler. My Adam Sandler, don't forget to write.
Ugh. I know, like after you posted that, I started going through like all the, like, oh yeah, all the times when, yep, nope, that's terrible. Thanks for that.
Once it was ruined for me, I had to ruin it for everyone else as well. Sorry. Not sorry. So, yeah. So if you're not a member of that group, definitely come request to be a member. We're having fun. Also, something that has gone on completely without us was there was a Damsel meetup, sans any and all damsels.
Yeah. It sounded like a lot of fun.
It did sound fun, and honestly, that's an achievement unlocked, in my opinion.
Totes. Yeah.
So, some of our largest patrons, we have a chat with them on an app called Telegram, and it came out that one of them was going to be vending at Origins, and a bunch of them were either going to Origins or were just in the vicinity of Origins, which that's, I think, this weekend, if anybody's in the Columbus-ish area, I guess.
Yeah.
Go check that out.
Sounds right.
So they had a party without us. And they went to Dirty Frank's and then to, I think, a barcade after that. I'm not sure. Those bastards.
I know.
They're super jealous. So.
Yeah, they were sending us pictures of their night, and it's just like, oh, I want to go hang out and.
They talked about bringing like life-size cutouts of us, which would have been amazing, but I think they came up with that idea a little bit too late to make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Though John was in his Damsel's shirt.
Yes.
That he wore, so
that's
he was
true.
Representing.
We were represented.
Yep.
And Elvis in the chat does confirm it was, in fact, a bar arcade. So they had fun. Yeah, I'm jealous, and it sounds fun. And that's pretty much, that's all the Damsel. We're just rehearsing for Gen Con, getting ready. You know how it be. Amanda.
Yeah?
What else did you do other than go see Sports Ball last week?
I went and saw the Captain Underpants movie.
Why?
Because my son wanted to see it because he was a fan of the comics when he was younger.
Okay.
And it was just kind of like I'm sort of interested in this thing. It was like, okay. It was cute. I don't know if you're familiar with the...
Only vaguely. Like, I can pick a Captain Underpants book out, but I haven't actually done much reading of any of them. So.
Yeah. I mean, me either. So, like, I was just familiar with the concept of
premise,
it's a superhero who's just actually in his underwear instead of just wearing something that looks like underwear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it always reminded me of like Quail Man if Quail Man
Yes.
had balls.
I know I would often get the two of them confused.
Mhm.
Yes. But yeah.
All right, so you would recommend it.
I would I mean, I'd wait till it came out on
Yeah, that's
Netflix
fair.
or whatever.
That is definitely fair.
Yeah.
Well, good. Anything else?
I was supposed to have jury duty on Monday, but they decided they didn't want me.
What? How did that happen?
Because they send out summons for X number of people, and then you have like a number on it, and then you check the night before, and they're like, if your number is this or lower, we need you to come in, and everybody else, you're good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's a sweet deal. I had jury duty once, and I got out of it really quickly. I was happy about that. But I did have to show up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I was not looking forward to that whole thing since it's at like 8 in the morning, which is just ungodly early for me.
It's a process, too.
Yeah.
And you're surrounded by a bunch of people that you don't know.
Yeah.
And who just generally, you probably don't have a lot of in common with. And you're just sitting there reading a book or playing a game or something. It's just like, ugh. Whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, there.
Well, that sounds fun. I'm glad you dodged that bullet.
Yep.
I went to Waco last weekend.
Okay.
Which I know everyone is going, why?
Pretty
However, we have some friends in Waco. And by we, I not only mean my fiance and I, but also the Damsels in general. Our friends Michelle and Jason live down there, and their significant others who are also our friends, Alden and William.
Oh, I didn't realize that they lived in Waco. I just knew that they were nearby, but I didn't know exactly where they lived.
Yeah, so we went down to hang out with them, and we also went to the Tripping Daisy show, which, if you're familiar with Tripping Daisy, it was an old 90s band. And they had one or two popular songs on the radio and whatnot. So, but the lead singer of that band is the one who then started the Polyphonic Spree, which Sean plays for.
Oh, okay.
So they are doing, the Tripping Daisy guys are doing a kind of little reunion tour. But the show they did in Dallas was like crazy expensive. And the show in Waco was actually free. So we were like, we'll meet you guys down in Waco. Like, we'll go support this whole thing, but for not $100.
Yeah, if I get to choose between $100 and free, I'm gonna go with free.
Yeah. Plus, we got to go down and see Michelle and Jason, who we don't see all that often. So it was a good deal. So yeah, so we went to the Tripping Daisy show, and then we went and had brunch with everybody the next day. And Amanda, this was so cool. I wish I could take you to Waco, but like, I just can't even picture a time where it would happen.
Right.
So there is this gaming store called King's Landing. Okay. And they've opened like a breakfast and brunch place called Butter My Biscuits.
I like where this is going.
Yeah, inside of the gaming store. And it's relatively small. It's like a small space, but it extends pretty far back. So it's like this long thing, and they just kind of have tables wherever they can along the space. And then the front section of the store is like board game and tabletop mostly. And then you go through a little stretch that's mostly just tables that you can eat at. And then you get to the back portion, and it's all like video game, and it's like old school video games. And there's a couple arcades and a couple or at least one pinball machine, and some newer stuff as well, and so it's just like a little bit of everything, which is awesome. And
Yeah,
then
that sounds really cool.
Yeah, and then you can also eat, and so and the Butter My Biscuits name comes because literally everything is made from biscuits, which I know is like, what? But
No, I'm on board with this.
yeah, it was so great, and like even the French toast, they'd taken like biscuits to make the French. I know it sounds crazy, but it was really good. It was really good.
No, it doesn't sound crazy.
Okay, right. And then they also had like lunch sandwiches because brunch. But you could get it on a biscuit, like normal lunch sandwiches, but you can get them on a biscuit. You have a choice to get something else on those, but like, why? You came to Butter My Biscuits for a reason, damn it.
Right. For biscuits, probably.
So anyway, we had a really good time, and the food was really good. You know, we were definitely skeptical because, you know, especially with like a literal game store. Like you walked into this place and you're like, yeah, this is a game store.
Right. And when it's something that's kind of themed, it's like, is it?
You never know how it's going to go. And then having it kind of be like this weird, like the tables are just kind of like however they could get them in there. I was definitely like, how's this going to go? But it was great. I really wish I could take you guys. It was good.
How far away is Waco from you?
It's like an hour and a half.
Okay, so not like super far.
Yeah, it's not
super
far.
close, but not
exactly.
But an easy day trip.
Yeah, for sure. So that was last weekend. It was really fun. Did you do anything else?
Maybe.
Did you?
Maybe.
It's going to be perfect for the audio version of the podcast. Sorry,
I know.
guys. Deal with it. Be here and watch it.
I know. I was looking all coy and cute, but you missed it if you're just listening.
Well, they're about to miss even better.
Oh, that's true, because this is going to be... Yeah, so yesterday I stopped into my local tattoo parlor because I've been wanting to get a tattoo and was like, here's what I want. And the guy was like, I literally like just had a cancellation and I can do this right now for you if you want. And I said, okay. And so he did.
That's so cool. I didn't know it like happened.
Yeah, because usually you know, like if you have stuff to show, it's hard to do that over the phone or anything. So I generally would just go in. But yeah, the guy was like, yeah, no, they just canceled, and so if you want, and I'm like, okay, let's do it.
See it?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
I have to turn around.
Yeah, turn around.
Because it's on my back.
Now twerk.
Yes. Nope. Can you see it? I don't.
Yes, we'll talk.
Okay, that's true. I guess I do have to say words.
Can you pull it down just a little bit in the back? There you go. Perfect.
There it is. That's my new thing. Right there on my back.
It's so pretty.
I like it.
So for those people who are listening to the audio version, Amanda, kind of explain what it looks like, and then for everybody, tell them what it means, because it's pretty freaking cool.
So the guy actually, when he was doing it, he was like, is that like a maze or something? It's circular, and it's really just lines, but what it is, it's the evolutionary tree for kind of the main 12 species of Drosophila that I work with for my PhD. So it's kind of my science / PhD project related thing that I've been wanting. But it's kind of cool because when you make the trees, you know, usually it's
straight.
Yeah. But a less common, but still a way that you can do it is to do it circular like that, which tends to be more artistic-y looking than anything. But yeah, so that's what it is. I like it.
Yeah. You guys should definitely check it out. on the video version, which is up on dorkpride.com. So it's worth taking a look.
Yeah. But it was real fast because there's not much to it. But holy shit, getting tattooed right on your goddamn spine is kind of painful.
Ooh.
Yeah. There are times where it's just like, yeah, that part hurt. That hurt a lot. And
I'm so ready to get a tattoo finally.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't I don't know when it's going to happen.
Where do you want to get it on your person?
My plan is to do one of my thighs.
Okay, so that's one of the least painful places to get it. So that'd be good.
Yeah. That's my plan. What I want to do is going to be pretty it's going to be pretty in depth. There's going to be a lot. It's going to cover a lot of area. I don't know that it'll be completely covered, but yeah, it'll move through a lot of area. And I'm just going to have to find somebody that I actually like, which that'll be, and somebody who will deal with the fact that I don't know if this is going to make me pass out or not.
It shouldn't, because you don't.
I'm pretty sure it won't.
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain that it won't, but I do need to work with someone who's at least aware that there is a possibility of that happening, who's not going to freak out and call 911.
Yeah. Well, most artists are pretty familiar with different, the guy that was working on me, he was
but most people don't have seizures when they pass out.
Well, no, that's true.
That's what freaks people out.
No, I know, but they, yeah. But if you let them know, this is a thing that could happen.
Yeah.
But, because you never, there's no blood.
Yeah.
So.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. I also, I'm at this period where I'm trying not to spend money.
Sure.
And then I'm like, but I want this giant art piece on my leg.
Right,
That'll
exactly.
be $50. It's fine.
Yeah, totes. That's what it'll cost.
I'm gonna make a GoFundMe for my tattoo.
Yeah, you should totally do that because no.
No, absolutely not. That's not.
No. That's not at all appropriate.
I shouldn't make too many disparaging remarks about that because I do have a friend that not only did that, it funded, and she now has the tattoo. So if you're listening to this, which she's not, I totally support you. Anyway.
I don't feel like I know anybody who wouldn't just look at that and be like, yeah, go pay for your own goddamn tattoo.
It was a sentimental thing. It was a sentimental thing, and
yeah,
I get it, but also I don't know. Suffice to say, I did not contribute. So
yeah,
there's that.
Yeah, I would not give you money.
Well, I can't even justify paying for my own tattoo.
Right.
Which is
let
also
alone asking someone else to do it.
Right, exactly. And mine is also sentimental, but what do you do?
Yeah.
However, if you want to purchase items for the Damsels, you can go to our Amazon wish list. There's a lot of weird shit in there right now.
Oh, there really is. Yeah.
I'm not even sure it's public.
It is. It is. No, because I was looking at it the other day, kind of adding everything up. It's we're doing pretty good on keeping everything cheap. We've been adding lists to our wish list because they're things we need as props for our Game of Thrones show.
Yeah. Every time we do a new show, it requires a slew of new props because we have not been able to beat it into Rissy that props are cumbersome and just a general pain in our asses. So she writes these goddamn props into these goddamn shows.
Yes.
So
sometimes they are things that we can work with, and other times it's how are we supposed to?
What was the one that said fire
effect?
Yeah, fire effect. Okay, I don't know even what that means, but I'll get
live
right
action
on it.
CGI. I don't know.
Here's your fire effect. Ready? Explosion. Done.
Done. We can check that one off.
Cheap is free.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anything else? I went to a barcade myself this weekend.
Oh yeah?
I did.
I like those. Those are fun.
Yeah, I didn't grow up in the arcades, so it's always really weird to me because everyone else is having like this nostalgic experience.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, where's the halo? Although I do really like pinball machines, but I didn't get to spend any time on the pinball. We went on a Saturday night for a friend's birthday, and it was just packed.
Oh, yeah. And the pinball machines are always...
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, usually there are people waiting for them, and...
Yeah. So, but Sean kind of dragged me around and gave me a quick arcade education. We played through the entire game of The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah.
Which was really fun. Sean, what was the fighting game we played?
Killer Instinct 2.
Killer Instinct 2 we played. And Jesus Christ, I played like maybe 3 rounds of that, and I couldn't handle it. Button mashing, like, it hurt my forearm so badly. I was like, I can't do this. I'm not made for this. I'm not a 13-year-old boy who masturbates all the time. I don't have that dexterity. Sorry. But I will say, Amanda, if you ever come upon an arcade cabinet that's called...
That's not usually how I do that. I don't usually use arcade cabinets to...
Well, the ones that like...
Come.
The ones that have vibration effects, you totally could.
No.
I don't think that's
Maybe.
a thing.
Mm.
But I bet it's a thing somewhere, but not generally. Anyway, there's a arcade game called Revolution X that is actually an Aerosmith game. Have you played it?
No.
They literally, like, Aerosmith is literally in the game, and I guess the premise is that music has been outlawed, and you're fighting for the music, and you're shooting bullets, but like your special shooting is CDs. So you're shooting CDs at people, and like even helicopters, shooting CDs at helicopters.
Okay.
And then like they recorded some VO for it. So there's just these moments of really bad voice acting from the guys in Aerosmith and just a bunch of their songs. It's just like, it's so ludicrous and delightful. I highly recommend if you are ever walking by and see something like that, like you'll be like, okay, this is ridiculous. And it is, but it is also worth playing. So check that one out. The chat is going crazy. Somebody must know. Yeah, everyone agrees. You gotta play it. So that was my interesting weekend.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Is there anything else?
No?
I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Oh, Josh suggests that we have a Patreon goal for my tattoo. $500 and you get to pick my tattoo. No. That is not on the table.
Nope.
I know exactly what tattoo I will be getting. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I remember us at one point when we were setting goals, like, oh, we'll set this one that's ridiculous. Like if we get to X whatever a month, then we'll all get matching Damsel.
I think
and then that quickly went away.
Well, I think we had talked about that when we were talking about doing a Kickstarter. And then
we talked about it with the Patreon too.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I would still be in. I mean, we've been doing this for the better part of a decade at this point. So if you're going to get a tattoo, why not something that you did for the majority of your 20s? So I don't know. That's not off the table. I definitely would, for me personally, I would get a small Damsel-related tattoo, especially if it would get us more patrons or some shit. So
Yeah.
I'd be into it.
Mhm.
We should do some news.
I don't know about that.
No, we should. Because
Fine.
we're like contractually obligated to.
Oh, right. Okay, then.
But
Go ahead.
keep in mind, guys, this is the news according to Jeff. I'm being Jeff, not Blythe, at E3. So I promise to keep things short and go into insane detail on my own podcast next week. LA has some nice weather, and I've been enjoying it by doing things like walking around and sunbathing myself back to a sweet caramel complexion. Again, Jeff, not Blythe. Yeah, obviously.
I love that he wrote that in there, though. Yeah, I know.
Obviously. My ass is so white, guys. It doesn't matter how much time I spend in the sun.
Nope.
White as fuck, y'all. Anyway. Speaking of her, or me, or you, whatever, I talked to Blythe's boss on Monday, and she says that she is doing a great job.
Oh, why? Why?
Here's the dislike button.
Yeah.
He doesn't know my boss, you guys.
And yet?
I'm going to burn it down. I'm going to burn it all down. I don't know what it is yet. It might be Jeff's house.
Whatever it is going to get burnt.
Burnt, not turnt. All right.
Yep.
Guys, every game company is bringing the heat this year. It's a pretty bitchin' time to play video games, no matter your platform of choice. I'm sorry, did he just say bitchin' in like a serious way?
Yep. He totes did. I've used the word totes way too many times on this podcast. I just realized that I said it, and I've said it a few times.
Totes is like, for me, it's like the I know, right? I started saying it to make fun of people who said it, and then magically I was just saying it, and
it's right. It's one of those things that just then becomes part of your vocabulary, like BT dubs, which I actually love.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. Jeff is using the term bitchin'. We're gonna pretend it's ironically. Next point, moving on. Here we go. With that in mind, anyone that says any company wins a convention automatically gets filed in my "these people don't understand rudimentary business and economics" file. Unless they were paid to say it, then I will just respond with an "I'm sorry your company does this to you."
I don't. What?
What do you mean?
I don't get it.
Oh, let me tell you a story and you'll get it.
Okay.
So this weekend, this last weekend, we also went to a like wedding barbecue, like a wedding shower, but for both couples. So it's just a barbecue ball, or for both members of the couple. It wasn't just a bridal shower or whatever.
Sure.
Anyway, so I went to a little wedding shower, and we met a guy and started chatting with him, and it was clear he was a nerd and a gamer, and so we were discussing things and what systems and blah blah blah. And then they looked at me and they said like, "Oh well, you know what, Blythe, what do you play?" And I said, "Well, I'm an Xbox girl through and through." And this guy said to me, "Oh well, you're just wrong."
Okay.
Yeah.
You're wrong about what you like to do?
Yes. Amanda, let me introduce you to the console wars. If you don't play the right console, you're a fucking idiot. And that's basically what Jeff. I almost set this guy on fire. By the way, I've been real like fucking fire.
Trigger happy with the lighter.
Yeah. But I don't understand. And like I know people are like joking when they say it, but like I don't want to have to defend my choice of game platform. I don't want to have to do it. I chose Xbox because I'm a social gamer and most of my friends are on Xbox, and they had the social gaming kind of on lockdown before PlayStation did. So that's what I got in on. And that is now, a decade later, what I prefer. And I don't want to fight about it. I don't want to tell you that your choice of PlayStation or PC gaming is wrong. People who call it the PC master race need to really think about what they're saying.
Yeah, that's just horrible.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
no, I like.
But that's what happens at E3. Everyone, all the major companies go and they talk about the things they're doing over the course of the next year. And then what inevitably happens is on social media, everyone fights over who won E3. And it's basically who they are most excited about
Okay.
the announcements
I see.
of. Right. And it's stupid. And it's the same as the console wars. It's the same thing. I hate all of it.
Right. Like, it's not a competition. I mean, I get that it's advertising and you want there to be hype about your new thing so that people buy it and you make lots of money.
For sure.
But especially if it's, like, that people can have more than one thing, right? They can buy more than one game.
Exactly.
They can have more than one console. They can, like, just because I really like this thing, I may also really like this thing.
Exactly.
Crazy.
And I mean, it's usually, like I said, it's usually kind of in jest and jokes, but
Sure.
there is, when you're telling someone they're wrong, it's like only so amusing, and I can only be so not defensive and also so not angry.
Right, because it's just like, well, okay, you can disagree.
Exactly.
That's fine. Like,
Right.
But no, really, this is the thing that I like. Yeah,
Yep.
I prefer to game on a PC. I know some people that hate that. That doesn't mean it's, by nature, it's an opinion about your own personal likes and, okay.
Exactly.
Although also,
I hate it.
Mr. Windows fanboy
Mhm.
calling out people for doing that is kind of funny. I know.
To be fair, he usually extols the virtues of
Yes.
Windows and
He does.
doesn't,
He's not.
for the most
Right.
part, put other companies down, which is problematic.
Yes. No, I know.
But I do understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So all right, sorry, we got super sidetracked there. The news, according to Jeff. So back to the news, according to Jeff. I met Samoa Joe in my hotel bar. We live weird and charmed lives. Amanda, do you know who Samoa Joe is?
I'm going to guess a wrestler?
Oh my God, how did you know? Is it just
By the
context
name?
clues? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I thought it was because Jeff was saying that Jeff was talking about it, therefore 90%.
well, I mean, like, also, yes. I mean, all of these things together.
Yes. So, yeah, that's a wrestler. So,
Yeah.
there you go.
I'm also actually really, I'm super intuitive about things that I know a lot about, which includes things that Jeff really likes and talks about a lot. So I'm real smart is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Sure.
Let's see. I lost my place. All right. Oh, amusingly, the first word of the next item is all right. I'm going to eat food with local friends and try to keep this marathon going through this convention, my birthday shindig, and a WWE pay-per-view. Guys, want to hear something really weird and honestly unplanned? The Troubadourks are recording our 36th episode on Tuesday, which is also my 36th birthday. Fucking kooky, right? Poof, Yenzer vanish.
That's a slightly mildly interesting coincidence.
Yeah,
I'll give him that.
It's a pretty decent coincidence.
Yeah.
I like it. I'll take it.
Yeah. In the butt.
Nope.
Oh, right. That's Rissy.
That is Rissy. She loves it in the pooper.
Yep. She does.
Okay.
Speaking of Rissy,
yeah.
I think now it's time for a letter from Rissy.
I hope it's about taking it up the pooper.
We shall find out.
Okay.
It opens with Dear Owl Pellets, so it could go either way.
Well, it's kind of poopy.
Yeah. Oh, my love, it seems as though only yesterday that I gazed upon you, though more accurately, it was last Friday, when I happened to be hanging out with an archaeologist friend of mine. As always, our time together was far too brief, and we were soon separated by cruel circumstances. I will never forget our first meeting, though, a classroom in a late 70s open classroom-style grade school. This was not during the late 70s, because Rissy was not alive in the late 70s. Her hyphen usage is not great on that sentence. Anyway,
It happens.
I know. The teacher said it would be a special day, and so it was. I fell in love with you the instant I saw you. Remember, she's talking to the owl pellets here. I fell in love with you the instant I saw you, a heap of bones from many small animals packed together with fur. Oh, how I delighted in spreading apart your fuzzy nuggets to reveal the dainty white mandibles of your victims. From that moment, I was utterly yours. Alas, my darling, I do not know when we will meet again. This city of wind in which I dwell has a paucity of owls. Perhaps if I start walking about more and rustling any and all nearby bushes, we shall meet again, or I might just find a lot of dog poop. You will always be my first and truest love, forever yours, Rissy. So there you have it. Apparently she got to play with some owl pellets last Friday and wrote them a love letter afterwards.
That is so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, I would have to admit when we dissected owl pellets in like elementary school or middle school, I was pretty fascinated.
Yeah, I mean, it was super cool to be able to like put the skeletons back together and be like, oh, this owl ate a vole or whatever.
Yeah, right?
I mean, no, they are cool. I'm not disagreeing with her on that.
However, you would not write an ode to them.
Probably not.
Mm-hmm. That's so strange.
I know.
I think.
It?
I think that's pretty
Yes.
much it. Although I will say, Josh mentioned that poop in my butt video.
Which was great.
It was so good that Sean, like, I couldn't stop laughing so much that Sean pulled out his guitar and played the chords for me so that I could sing it. And I quite enjoyed that. And I thought about making a video, but I was like straight up doing an impression of the kid in the poop in my butt video. And I just was worried that if anyone had not seen that video, they would be like, are you on the spectrum? And the answer is, I don't think so.
Maybe.
Anyway, but yes, the perks of a fiance who has perfect pitch and could just listen to something and go, yeah, I can play that. And then just literally, that's all. He would just picked up the guitar and like started playing it.
Yeah, that video was very cute.
Anyway, so. And it was a very catchy tune.
Yes.
With very catchy lyrics.
I like the fact that apparently the lyrics are never the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like every time he sings it, it's whatever.
I also really like the one that they said is in, it's not intelligible. I'm pretty sure he said pizza's in my butt.
He says
Did you
what?
know? Pizza.
Oh, really?
Pizza's in my butt.
Maybe. I only listened to it once and
I heard pizza. Sean heard pizza.
okay.
It's for sure pizza in my butt.
All right, that's everyone's assignment now is to go listen to it again.
What do you think the poop in my butt kid said?
Right. Although now that you've said pizza, we will all hear pizza.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So.
What?
Sorry, not sorry.
Mm.
So.
Well, and on that note, I think that is going to be it for us for episode 51 of the Dork Pridecast. As always, a big thank you to Sarah Donner for allowing us to use music off of her latest album, Black Hole Heart.
You can join our Facebook or our Xbox group by searching Dork Pride Worldwide. You can also find us on Twitter at Dorkington and Instagram at Damsels of Dorkington. You guys can figure it out. And then find all of our private stuff too. Well, not private, just personal. Yeah, the
individual
private stuff you're gonna have to search harder than that. So good luck.
Or just ask nicely.
Well, you know, or just pay $3.99 a month, whichever.
$3.99 a month is a pretty good deal to get all your private stuff.
I mean, I think that's usually what the cam girls are going for. So why not?
A month?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Well, listen, maybe not like 3 specifically, but it's usually pretty cheap. They'll usually, I think the whole idea is to get lots of people at a low price point and just, I don't know.
Well, that's why my channel's not getting very many views, because apparently I'm charging too much.
Well, stop charging so much.
I know. I'll have to do that next time. You guys should also check out our Patreon, though. We're at patreon.com/Damsels of Dorkington, where besides becoming one of our very favorite people, you can also get access to rewards that are only available there.
Like being on a list of super awesome patrons that we thank at the end of the podcast, which, by the way, we're changing this up a little bit, guys. Sorry.
Because our list is getting real long.
Really long, so. But Amanda, how do we want to thank the special people first? We haven't done Bane yet. Let's do it. Do you want to trade back and forth?
Sure.
You know the Bane voice, right?
Ish.
It's kind of like this. Thank you to Elvis Colston. It's close enough. Whatever. Just do Vader, but higher.
Thank you to John Haight. Is that too high? Was that too? That was too high, probably.
Stick with it.
Okay, good.
Also, thank you to Mary Henderson
and Joshua Griffiths
and Richard Hurst, who I'm gonna go see tomorrow. We're getting drinks. Be jealous, you guys. We're going to At Nerdvana.
I am jealous.
Yeah, you should come.
Okay. I will. Save me a seat.
Okay.
Ha. Also, thanks to Josh and Jessica Rowell.
I have no words for you, Amanda. No words at all.
I don't.
Also, we're just going to fire these off real quick. Big thank you to Joseph Harris,
Darren Wilson,
Stephen Kendall,
John Anderson,
The Great Luke Ski,
Jay Teller,
Wayne Walls. I don't want to talk about it.
We can't read.
I can't read. It's my fault. I'm sorry. I don't think he's here tonight. Wayne, I love you and I'm sorry. I know who you are. I swear to God, I know who you are.
Yeah. Anyway, also thank you to Eric Ruggles,
Zachary Drake,
Joe Louie,
and last but not least, a giant thank you to Brandon, Katie, and Thomas David.
So thanks for joining us, everyone. This has been episode 51 of the Dork Pridecast. We will see you all next week. Deuces.
Jetpack!